Exactly. So you need to find somebody to make sure they come up here straight.
Yes, gentleman here. Question.
How are you?
Very good, thank you.
You have a huge fan in Bangladesh. Something for the Bangladeshi people. As your mom Bengali.
Yes, my mother's Bengali. First and foremost, to Bangladesh. Thank you for today. You've given us 100th 100. And, thank you very, very much. But you know, we're all from the same subcontinent. And like I said, Ma's film Meherjan is being shown here, which is predominantly a Bangladeshi collaboration with Pakistan and India. And yes, it is, you know, we love you, thank you very much, carry on making the great films that you do. But I think we finally managed to crack the distribution and exhibition of Indian cinema. I think that's been the real game changer for us. I think Indian cinema has always been very exciting to watch. We have a particular brand which we cater to, and I don't think anybody's apologetic about that at all. We love Hindi commercial masala films. We've made a lot of offbeat kind of films as well. I think the subjects are great. I just think we've managed to get the films out to more people in the last decade or so. And I really think that, you know, with the introduction of the multiplex, a small film which is more centered towards a niche audience would never get made because there would be no exhibitor willing to buy it to fill the 1,000 theatre. But today, with, you know, smaller cinemas coming in with 50 seats, there are people who are willing to pick up those films to show them. So I really think the infrastructure of the film industry has changed since my parents' time to now, and I think it's fantastic.
Writers and directors, because this film festival is like a platform for aspiring writers and directors. What advice would you give for British writers and directors?
Mira first. What advice would you give?
Find the money. There's a lot of talent here, phenomenal amount of talent, but we don't have the funding infrastructure right now, and we're in a very interesting time. A lot of the talented people here are either looking to India or looking to America, but that's where they're trying to get co-pros going, because right now the funding situation is very difficult. I think it's quite frustrating.
Again, we do have funders on the board.
But I'm just saying, especially when Film Council has been abandoned, there's very little.
Increasingly, people are bypassing the usual funding structures. You know, you can buy a camera pretty cheaply and quality and start shooting your own stuff. And actually, what people are doing is building up their own audience straight onto YouTube, onto the net, and bypassing all of the suits who will sit on the script for months until actually you're so fed up by the time they say no, you don't want to see it again anyway. I think there's something really exciting about that, and I think that raw voices and raw talent and voices unfiltered by all the levels of management you sometimes have to go through.
There are avenues today to get your film made. Like you said, you know, you get a camera pretty cheap today and you can put up on YouTube, and they are using that as an exhibition platform. My advice, I'm not very good at giving advice. To the directors and producers, I'm available for the second half of the year. Yeah, I think problem world over, not just over here, is with funding, and to try and find ways. But I think we're lucky as well, because there is a lot of change happening in the way films are viewed, and I think the internet is playing a huge role in that. You know, but I'm a bit of a traditionalist when it comes to that. You know, you have good material, it's going to get made. I really believe that. If your story is really that good, carry on working towards getting some funding. I think you will get it made. That is the tougher way to look at it, but yeah, it's something I believe.
We have another question here.
Hi Abhishek, Mira. Pushpinder, next year, as we all know, is 100 years of Hindi cinema. Can we expect a collaboration with Tongues on Fire, Mira, and AB Corp perhaps, God willing, to see something special? All three of you could answer this, Mira.
That basically looks as if this is not special enough, right?
Well, none of this is special, but next year is 100 years. And a collaboration between you three next year.
Give us the money.
Well, you fund it like we're talking about right now.
Well, I'll try and find a funder. I'll try and find a funder, Abhishek.
We'd love to. Like I said, you know, it's very tricky. Our business is tricky because I said this in an interview just this afternoon that it's a commercial creative art. So although the will is there to do a lot of stuff, at the end of the day there's a business aspect to it and a creative side to it.
Right.
So if you get one side right, the creative side might not fall into place. At the end of the day you have to find something that maybe the three of us as individual creative people want to sign on for as well. So there are a lot of variables involved, but I think the intention is, yeah, if there's something that is there, we'd love to.
Thank you, Abhishek, and welcome to London, and enjoy your time here. Always a
There's
pleasure.
question over here.
Hi, Abhishek.
Hi.
As student partners for the London Film Festival, I want to understand, with the advent of globalization, obviously, as America enters India, as America enters Bollywood, and Bollywood is perhaps the biggest film industry around, what opportunities do you see from students? Typically students such as the students of medicine who wouldn't normally enter Bollywood, but because the amount of money involved now, the amount of creativity involved, the amount of business involved, how do you think students can personally enter Bollywood, and what opportunities do you see there?
Firstly, we prefer Indian film industry. Secondly, Hollywood is an entry in India. I think we've pretty much bought them over. So, with Reliance, funding DreamWorks and pretty much ruling the roost there, I think it's the other way around. It depends. You want to get into it creatively or on the business side of it. At the end of the day, like I said, it is a commercial medium, and if you're interested in the business part of it, then know your business, know your job, and you pretty much get employed in a studio if that's what your field of interest
The
is.
question being, typically Indian culture or Indian cinema has been heavily influenced by Indian culture, the most family tradition.
No, that's
It's
not.
been close.
No. There's, I think every country or any film industry is going to have a huge reflection of their culture. Okay? I agree that there's been a huge thing in India about families, but that's a very Indian thing to do. That doesn't mean that those families have not managed to employ other people. Any great family dynasty in the film industry, be it the Mukherjees, or be it the Chopras, or be it the Kapoors, you see they've also worked a lot with outside talent. I don't think this is a monopoly of just families working together. And today, with a lot of corporatization going on in India, there is a lot of corporate talent that's coming into it as well. So I don't think that's the case at all. The name is embarrassing. Masterclass.
No, what she was, I think, expecting was you to say petrified.
Petrified.
Sorry to harp back on the same, but I think today there's only one master, so let's leave it as that. No, I don't think it's a master class. I look upon it more as a conversation with a lot of young actors who want to come and talk. I enjoy it because I think I get to learn a lot more than I think they will. They'll very soon realize that it's the other way around. They've bought a ticket to teach me. I'm the kind of actor who I believe that discover a lot through discussion and dialogue. Whenever you talk about your craft, you're not only enlightening other people about your approach, but you're learning a lot yourself as well. And being actors, we just tend to talk a lot. We like to talk, we like to discuss, and suddenly it's like, hey, wait a second, that made sense. Maybe I should use that in my next one. So I look upon it more as an interactive session. The last time we did about 2 years ago, I really enjoyed it because we had a wonderful audience, who wasn't just interested in what I wear to go to sleep at night, which is nice. And it's nice to talk about your craft because, unfortunately, being from the film industry that I am, that's something that's not really taken very seriously. People just feel that, we're these actors, we go out there, we dance in these really loud clothes and say these melodramatic lines and that's it, you don't have to do your job. It's incredibly hard. It's incredibly demanding and you need a lot of training and a lot of honing of your talent. And I think it's so nice that even the Indian film industry, which is not unfortunately considered to be creative at its best, or they're very subpar. I think it's nice to go out there and actually enlighten people that, this is the kind of work we do, and this is the kind of preparation, and this is how we approach it, and this is the hard work that it takes. So it's more of an interactive session, and I'm petrified about it because I don't want people to think that. I'm just a bit. I don't know. I'm not very comfortable.
I was going to say, do you still think that the Indian film industry has a negative image outside of it?
No, interestingly, Mira, I think. Sadly, the world is very fascinated with Indian cinema. Okay, and they give it a huge amount of respect because I think they're judging it on face value. I think it's a lot of us who aren't really giving it its due credit, where we think,
song and dance.
Yeah, that's it. It's not it. We try and do a song and dance. It's incredibly tough, apart from the physicality of it. It's very demanding, and I think Indian cinema, Indian masala mainstream cinema has, like I said, a brand, and I think that's why it's loved, and that's something we should never change, and we shouldn't be apologetic about it. I celebrate it. I love it. I think the reason Indian cinema has burst onto the world platform is because of the kind of cinema that we provide. We provide poetic justice in 3 hours, which other films might not. You know, the bad guy is going to get it at the end by the good guy, and we're going to do it while singing and crying and round belly shots, and families are going to be reunited, and that's us. You know, our films are like our thalis. You know, we have everything in it. There's starters, main course. That's us, and I think that's what the world is beginning to enjoy. If we start making films like they're making in the West, they'll be like, yeah, so we get to see this at home. Yeah.
But running parallel to the solo movies, there are other sort of strands as well, which people don't know so much about.
Absolutely. I think that, like I said, there's a lot of new filmmakers, there's a lot of new blood coming in, making films which might be a slight departure from what mainstream Hindi cinema or Indian cinema is all about, but they're also equally interesting stories that are being told. I mean, there's a movie that released 2 weeks ago called Pansing Tomar, which is directed by a dear friend of mine, Tikman Chukulia, which is a true life story of an athlete who becomes a dacoit. And it's not considered your big summer blockbuster film, but it's a wonderful story, and we've got such a huge cultural legacy, and we have so much heritage, and there's so many stories for us to tell that, you know, I think be it in the mainstream also for almost a week, and that's fantastic. So it goes to show that people are willing to patronize these kind of films. It's encouraging. It's very encouraging.
You know, I would say that we take, I personally, professionally take Hindi popular cinema, which is Bollywood, as part of a therapeutic tool for my clients. So the songs and the dance and the storytelling is used as a communication tool with somebody who's depressed, somebody who wants to tell their stories, but through a third person. So they project it onto the character. So there's many ways of using these popular films. And this is one of the ways we can use it.
In fact,
everybody sees
I think the greatest invention in the world, of all of us sitting there, is Bollywood cinema, or Hindi cinema, sorry Abhishek, but it's Hindi cinema. Without Hindi cinema, the world would be a very boring place.
Actually, if you believe what you read in the papers, I noticed in the Telegraph, I think it was today, there's an article describing how music and theatre helps people recover from heart attacks and heart operations. It must be true. Anyway, so there we are.
Now there's a medical reason to go see our film. We'll take whatever we get.
I don't see any more questions, so I think we will draw this to a close. And if I may thank on behalf of all of us.
First of all, Abhishek, who has come all the way from India to support us, and Meera Syal, who has taken time off from her busy schedule to come here to support us, and all of you who have bought a ticket tonight is supporting our festival. So I would like to thank you all, and I would now like to invite Meera onto the stage.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Pushpinder. It's a great honour to be here, and I adore Pushpinder. She created this festival with Harvinder 14 years ago, and it from very humble beginnings, basically over tea and samosa in the little house in Harrow. All done for nothing, all done with volunteers, and now it's such a major festival, and that is all due to her passion and commitment. And we are all very grateful. The creative community is so grateful to you. And also, can I just say, we are so fortunate to have a genuine star to come and support this festival.